yo. That's what happens when you go live. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know. We're chopping onions this morning. These are the notes I get. This is what my girl was like, hey, can you dice some onions and potatoes for me? So that's what we're doing. You know what? Let's put a little flour in right there. We got our tea by Denise. I told her to put a logo on there. Actually, I don't like this sound, right? So I do this. This is my. I just had my gallbladder removed, so I have stool softener. Is it there? You go, stool softener. But things are running smooth now because today is day 15. We're gonna start off with potatoes. I don't even know what she puts this into. Oh, she likes bison. See, my girl takes care of herself. She got bison. This morning, I was reading the New Yorker. They have an article about the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. Wow. If you have not read this article about Linda McMahon, crazy article, crazy life, story. It's crazy that, so basically, Trump was like, hey, what cabinet do you want? Like, what position? Like, that's crazy that you would just be like, I thought like you were selecting cabinet members based off skill level. Like if you're what is she, Secretary of Education, you want somebody with a strong education background. I guess that's not how that works. But I just realized there's so much of politics I don't understand. Like all these cabinets, these departments. You could be a plumber Monday and then Secretary of Defense Tuesday, right? Like whoever the president elects, that's who gets the job. Isn't like you don't have to be qualified. And according to the article, they were like, she's like, I don't know anything about education. He's like, I don't need you to know anything about education. I need somebody who will be able to fire themselves at some point. Oh no, it's just a wild article in the New Yorker. I can see why people tune out politics because it's like the WWE, right? It's a spectacle on some level. It's spectacle with real consequences, right? Talk about tariffs, gas, anything like that. Anyway, what's today? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. When you don't have kids and it's you lose track of the days. That's why I like to journal in the morning so I can keep track of what day it is. Amadeus. Oh, you know what? I realized I have a better sound system than what I've set up here. I like to, I know that. Look, let me move this out. Oh, there we go. I know that some people, who is that? Okay. Oh, this morning we are actually, I'm not making anything. I'm just meal prepping for my girl. I'm cutting up potatoes and onions so that she can throw it into she likes to make ground bison every week. So and she has these little baby hands, this is look at how big this knife is. So I chop up potatoes and onions so she can throw it into her. But later on, I will be making egg white bites 'cause that's what I like to have for breakfast. Diced into small pieces. I like making bread. You know, food is much more satisfying when you make it from scratch, even if it's not great, right? Like if you're pasta, pizza, even bread. I like to bake bread, and at some point I will bake bread on here. But I feel like I need to do things with my hands, right? I feel like I need to do things with my hands, or I get antsy, or really it's handsy, right? Um, and then it prevents me from snacking and being bored, which ultimately is the real devil here, right? Let's be honest. Boredom. That's why we find ourselves scrolling and like I have ADHD. Um, and my girl is listening to Michelle Obama's book right now, Becoming. Uh, and she texted me. She goes, "Do you know Barack reads 6 to 7 books at a time?" And I never felt more seen in my life because even my therapist thought it was strange. I like to read 6 or 7 books at a time, but I'm like, who can? There's so much knowledge out there. There's so much information, and I get bored. So I literally will read like a chapter or two of a book, and then pick up another book and start reading that one for a couple chapters, and I have magazines, and I like to read poetry, and I'm reading it like right now. I'm reading James Baldwin's bio, um, Heat by Michael Mann, Heat Two, because they're making a movie next year with DiCaprio. Um, uh, gosh, what's his name? Christian Bale, Anna De Armas. Like it's a loaded cat. Like I cannot wait. And so I was like, I gotta read the book because Michael. Like I don't know if any other director has done this where they. If you haven't seen Heat, I love a heist movie. Michelle loves heist movies. We love anything where we're assembling a team, making a plan, we're prepping, we're getting in, we're getting out in less than 8 seconds, right? Love that. To me, what I really love about a heist is the team, right? The planning, the preparation, the heist itself is always cool, but like as opposed to like Rambo with like just one guy doing all the action, that's cool. But I just like anything to deal with a team, people getting together to execute a thing. I don't care if it's a bank heist or start a business or even a horror movie. Like I love horror movies when it starts off with 5 to 7 people. I think that's why Scream was so has been so popular. Those Scream franchises, right? Um, as opposed to Saw movies, where it's like four people who don't really know each other, they don't care for each other, but they're just trying to survive. Like that's not fun to me. I love a horror movie where I actually care about the relationships. I'm realizing this chopping might be loud over my conversation. Uh, we'll make it work though. And you might hear the laundry going in the background. Wake up, get up, start chopping. Activity. And also what I love about cooking, it gives you a sense you've done something. That you you like look what I did. And then the aromas. Like now your place, like when you do Uber Eats, you order food, there's no aroma in the house. Like I love when I walk in somebody's house and it smells like banana bread or just any just has smells like life. You walk in people's houses now, it smells like Febreze. People don't. Uh, we have dealing with these artificial scents. Open a window. Why are you Febrezing? What did you do that you need chemical intervention? Like even if you farted, open a window. Opening a window is the solution to most of your problems. Like even boredom, open a window. Get that breeze in. Get some tactile. Anyway, I listened to the new Drake album last night and loved it. I don't know if you guys. Well, when I say, all right, let me hedge that. Let me hedge that. I'm a Drake fan, so I think I'm always gonna like his stuff to an extent. I find that I don't love it as much as I did the earlier stuff. Right, right now I don't know what he's really talking about, but he has a way with metaphors and words. He was like, "Yo, they envy me like Nevada." Like those are like envy me like Nevada, envy Nevada. Oh, he has these play on words that are just like, and that's what I listen for. I listen for the metaphors, the alliterations, the analogies. Like he does that. Um, but one of my favorite rappers, it's so funny to be 50 and be talking about rap because I don't know that can't imagine my dad when he was 50 talking about hip hop, but maybe he was into it. I think of that generation as being in a Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Etta James, uh, Bob Marley, Prince, that kind of stuff. Hall and Oates. Uh, but you know who I just listened to yesterday? Because I read this article about songs people listen to when they're crying in the car, or I should say that guys listen to. I don't know if. Well, first of all, I thought I was the only one crying in my car at times. Apparently, this is a thing. This is a thing, and I didn't understand it. I was like, why are people crying in the car? Oh, let's get this mug in here. I like the mug. Let's get a little mug. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It has a little depth, a little framing, right? We got the flowers right there. Okay. Um, pay attention. My girl just got these knives sharpened, so I really have to pay attention now, lest I lose a digit. That would be a travesty. That would be. You know what? I'll put it on tomorrow. Really. I know some of you guys are like, that's not how you chop. You can chop like this. There you go. I always marvel when I go to a restaurant and they have the open kitchen concepts of people who know how to chop very quickly. Just bop, 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 bop. Such a skill. Such a skill to be able to go bop, 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 bop. See, look at that. Bop, 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 bop. The key is you don't want the blade to leave the board. Bow. Look at that. Don't let the blade leave. Anyway, listening to the Drake album. And I'm trying to be better at that. Listening to albums. Listening to an album. Like, when was the last album you listened to from beginning to end? Sorry, I'm waving this knife at you. You're all cut up, bleeding out on the floor. We saw a car accident yesterday. It wasn't even a car accident. We saw a car collide or crash into a parked car, which is crazy to me. The car wasn't even moving. No one was injured, fortunately. Um, but you know what it is? We live in this neighborhood where um, the speed limit's 25 miles per hour because there's an elementary school. But where the car was parked is at the bottom of a curved downhill slope. So even if you're going 25 miles per hour, your car is going to naturally pick up some speed because you're going down a downhill slope if you're not really paying attention. And then it's like a kind of a blind spot a little bit. So if you're not used to coming around that corner, you might come around too close to the sidewalk, and boom, he hit the back of another car. He had a female passenger in the car with him, and then the cops showed up. So I don't know if he was arrested because I don't know if he was drunk, high, distracted, young kid. You could tell he was like he didn't even look 20, to be honest. But nowadays you can't tell how old anybody is. Everybody's getting Botox and injections, doing a GLP and a SNP and the GDP and I don't know. You can't. Like I just realized because my girl gets her hair dyed and she gets the what not fillers, right? I don't really know what my girl looks like. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what she without doing anything. I don't know what she looks like. Isn't that a crazy thing? Like unless you, I mean, even if you're with your high school sweetheart. Well, let me do this. Like they're kids who have moms and they don't know what their moms really look like. Like you know what I mean? It's like you're like she's wearing makeup 24/7, and you may never find out. She may never let you unless she's like infirmed or sick, something like that. Where so when you're cutting an onion, you always want to leave that on. You could cut this off the stem, right? But that you cut into that, now you that's where you start crying. So as long as you leave that on, you'll be fine. It's funny how like these things we learn or don't learn. You're like, how did nobody teach me that? And you get to watch in real time because if I start crying or don't cry, then you'll know I'm accurate, I'm correct. You can believe. So hard. It's like, what do you believe, right? Do you believe in a higher power? Gotta have a code. There you go. All right, there we go. Oh, knife isn't sharp, but not super. There we go. Now we're rocking and rolling. Just don't cut into the middle, and you will be fine. You know what? I would love to go to a cooking school. If 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 I hit a rock bottom, which I don't know what rock bottom would mean. I I think I would take all my money and go in a cooking school. See, I'm not sure what she means. She said long stringy pieces, but this is not what she asked for. She's not going to be happy. But I just feel like doing it. And by the way, this is not how you want to do this. Right? But notice, not crying, no tears. No tears, right? Just leave that on there. No worry about a thing. See, usually I would have music on, but because I think YouTube would be like, that music isn't licensed, or it is licensed. I don't know. It would cut it off. It's nice to do things to music. Like I need a soundtrack for my day, for my work. If you're just tuning in, I'm just meal prepping, helping my girl meal prep. She is gonna make ground bison later on. So we've cut up potatoes. We cut up potatoes, and then we're gonna have this, and then she'll be all set. Now, so here, once again, we're gonna do this again. You leave that on, right? Leave that on. You cut that off. See that? Can't do that there. Boop. It's just asking to be cut off. It's just asking to be beheaded, right? You stick your head out there like that. It's like cut, yeah, boom, gone. Adios, sucker. Right? There's a dynamism to cooking. I think that's what I love about it. There's a dynamism. But anyway, so Drake's new album, I listened to it, I loved it, and I think I need to do more of that. I need to do more of the listening to an album from beginning to end. Because I remember doing that when I was younger, right? In my preteens, teens, John Coltrane, Slick Rick, Snoop Dogg. What was the name of that album? Dog Pound. Oh, see, even the Onion has those lines. That's I'm just gonna slice along those lines. Right? Like the Onion is just asking to be sliced and diced. It's so funny how like vegetables will tell you how to cut it, how to treat it. Like if you're paying attention, it will tell you the best way to handle it. People are like that too, right? If people will tell you how to love them, how to care for them, if you're paying attention, because not everybody communicates it the same way, right? Not every vegetable has lines like this onion. So you have to be intimate and spend time with it to get to know it and be like, how are you communicating? Oh, did I make it all the way around? Oh, that was fast. Okay. So now that I've done that, see, I can just do this. See that? I can just open it up. It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. It's a beautiful summer. Here in San Diego, very lucky that summer has been mild so far. Well, actually, it's not really summer right now. So we're very lucky with this weather. Anyway, getting back to the Drake album. As when I say Drake album, he released 3 albums. Who does that? That guy is prolific. You can say whatever you want about Drake, but he's not lazy. My boy is he's in the kitchen cooking. He's putting it all out there. And at the end of the day, people are gonna. My favorite Drake album was Tell Me Later. I think, yeah, Tell Me Later. The first one, Tell Me Later. Like his first 3 or 4 albums, I love. So see, I'm gonna leave that because that's when you start crying. This right here, see, it's even in the shape. You could argue this is in the shape of a teardrop. So we're not gonna mess with that. We don't want to cry. So we're chucking this. We're saving that. Look at that. No tears. No tears. Like what was that? Ain't that a TLC song? Ain't that a TLC song? Well, we're done here. We compost. Boom, look at this. We compost. So I'm gonna take these onions. I say we, Michelle compost, and so I guess we compost. If I was living by myself, I would not be. Everything would go in the trash. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But now that I've been composting for so long, I probably would end up compost. I don't know. But because I like the idea, I like the idea of not putting it, leaving anything to waste. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be here again tomorrow live doing something, saying something. I just want to hang out with you guys, let you hang out with me. Love us. See you tomorrow.